Stuart, we'll get to the game as a whole in a second, but I think everyone watching that game today knows where it changed.
I don't think anybody needs me to talk about it too much. The game's finally balanced. I thought we were okay in the game, quite clearly. Both teams have had kind of half chances. There's been nothing major. Neither goalkeeper has been overly tested, and I thought we started the half pretty well. And then you're obviously wanting to get to the stage where you make your changes and you start to freshen things up and you go and try and see if you can win the game. And then you're right, Scott, the game for me, and I've said it to the players in there, and it's not making an excuse, the game hinges on the decision for the referee, which for me, been playing and coaching and managing in this game for a long time. You've been watching it, our supporters have been watching it for a heck of a long time. It's not a red card. Jack Vale clearly takes the ball. The ball's dropping over his shoulder. He's no awareness that Jack McKenzie's running into him, which is actually what happens, and he hooks the ball over his shoulder. Player comes steaming into him and sort of whips Jack Vale round. And I think the bit that irks me more than anything is the speed that the referee sprints to give the red card. He's adamant, he's so set on that he wants to pull the red card out of his pocket. We've had another incident with him earlier in the season playing away to St Mirren, whereby we give away what's given as a handball in the box. If some of my players could move that quick, I'd be absolutely delighted to get there to try and award the penalty. And I just think sometimes these guys have to give themselves a minute or two, realise that at worst that's a foul from our side of things, absolute worst. And I think probably where we were standing on our side, and I've watched it umpteen times again, you can see quite clearly there's actually a case that it might be a foul the other way. And once he's given the red card, we all know it goes to VAR, and everybody says that he's made the correct call and we move on. I've spoken to officials from Aberdeen, I've spoken to so many people after this game here, and everyone's actually laughing at it. That's what we're doing now. We're at a stage where we just laugh at it. But I can't say I'm laughing because I'm so up. I'm so frustrated with the whole thing. I've said it on 2 or 3 occasions over the course of the season that quite simply, in my opinion, that's not good enough. That's not good enough when the 3 points, the result hinges on that moment, and the referee, in my opinion, gets it completely wrong. Then I think we've got a serious problem. I really do. I think we've got an issue. And again, I feel sorry for our supporters. We go all out attack. We're trying to throw caution to the wind, trying to get ourselves back into the game. But yet again, they've cheering their team on, supporting the team, giving us great backing, and then the game's just killed and spoiled by just a moment of, I have to say, just not understanding the game of football. It's a moment of someone that doesn't understand the game of football. I think if you played the game, you realise that the Aberdeen player should not be steaming into Jack Vale in that fashion, and that's the end result, Scott.
The big games keep coming. Livingston next week. What do you say to your team after the result today, but after what happened on the pitch today, to pick them back up for that?
Do you know, very simply, and I always come out and I like to be so consistent, as you know, from what I've said in the dressing room to what I'm saying here just now. I've kind of said that it is us against the rest. That's the mentality that you have to have, Scott. I mean, I'm not being over dramatic with that, but when officials, as they have done in so many occasions, not just for us, but other teams have had such an impact on the game of football, then I think that we really have to understand. That we have to go about our business, we have to do our job, and we can't rely on anybody else. We can't rely on what we might feel is a sensible decision, a correct decision. We just have to try and execute what we are doing as best we can, and I think my biggest frustration is I felt we were doing that pretty well today to a point until that decision was made.
Thanks for your time, Stuart.
Cheers, Scott.